All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to coverage of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship from here at Strokers in the very lovely Palm Harbor, Florida. I am your host, Jason Bowman. I'm joined by Richard Andrews, my good friend
Hello.
from Huntsville, Alabama. Come down to help us commentate on these matches.
Yeah,
Richard,
glad to
we've
be
got
here.
128 players today, and should be a great event. 8 former
It
champions.
always is a great event.
Folks, I think we've got the players just about ready to break here. We've got Jason Jones and we've got Bruce Choyce. Jason is out of Enterprise, Alabama. Guy, you know? You know him?
Yeah, we've been in some of the same circles there in northern Alabama. Really good player.
Jason with the break there. Looks like they've opted to start in the 8-ball set. So we're going to see a combination of 8-ball and 9-ball today. We'll have 8 games of 8-ball, 13 games of 9-ball,
Um,
up to 13 games.
well, that'd be in the finals.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry. Am
now
I
we're
looking
just
at the
racing
yeah,
to 7.
five of
Yeah.
8-ball. Yep. Look at you, Richard. Already corrected me.
That's okay.
All right. Sorry. Now I had to get rid of that echo in
Yeah.
my headset.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. All right. So Jason Jones. What do we know about Jason, Richard?
Well, Jason is a really good player. He ranks in. He's in the top in Alabama anyway. When playing these tournaments, you can always expect him to be in there toward the end of the tournament.
And Bruce Choice is a former U.S.
Yeah,
Amateur champion.
2003, I believe, is when he
2003.
won.
So we mentioned 8 former U.S. Amateur champions playing in this field. Should be a great event. Excited to be here. Strokers Palm Harbor. They've rolled out the red carpet. The sun is shining. The skies are blue, and
Yeah, it's beautiful here. This is
everybody's
Jason shooting. Now, these tables are really fast, too, by the way. They keep them in excellent condition here at Strokers. And they probably just recovered the cloth.
just
It's like
before the
normal.
event.
Yeah,
Just before
right
the
before
event.
the event. They always do that.
All right, so folks, we've got coverage here on our Facebook page. We also have bonus coverage over on our YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/APA Leagues if you want to check that out. I know there are 2 other matches ongoing. Meanwhile, Jason's just doing some work here.
Yeah, he's about out. And in the U.S. Amateur, we normally do not mark the pockets but you do indicate which pocket you're going to make the 8 in.
All right,
So
there we
there's
go.
the end of the first game.
Quick lead there for Jason, 1-0. Again, race to 7. Always good to get off to the on the right foot, right?
You always want to get that first game in there. It really makes a difference.
Still making some adjustments here in the booth. Not sure who is playing in the bonus coverage at this point. Let me see if I can jump over there and take a look real quick for you.
All right, this is Jason to break in rack 2. You notice the cue ball did not move much. He hit it just a slight bit off to the left-hand side, but big thing is that there's not a lot of movement in it, and it did not get in the traffic of all those balls going around, so it lessens the risk of scratching.
Looks like on our bonus table, Richard, we've got Chris Kilgo and Paul Andolini. That is on one of the bonus tables. Let me check the other matches.
And that's over on YouTube, right?
That's youtube.com/APA Leagues. Now, there won't be any commentary over there, so if you want to listen to Richard and I talk about the match, you can do that here on Facebook. The other match is Brian Irwin and George Jones.
There's no commentary over there or sound, right?
Right. We had to pull the plug on the sound due to all the music that's piped through the system here at Strokers. So But if you're looking for a different match,
Mhm.
might be over there. But for now, we are focused on Jason Jones and Bruce Choyce. Bruce at the table currently. Bruce is out of Mechanicsville, Maryland.
Yeah, he lived in North Alabama for a short time.
Yeah, I believe
But,
when he won the
yeah.
U.S. Amateur Championship, he was actually out of Orlando. So he's
Oh, really?
he's
Yeah, he
moved
moves
around a
around.
little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was my first U.S. Amateur was in 2004, and that's why I remember him. He was the reigning champion at the time, and I was fortunate to meet him
Was that back
year.
when we were in Connecticut still?
That was
Holy cow.
Berlin,
Oh,
Connecticut.
yeah. Oh, Berlin. Was that Maryland? We were in Maryland, and then we were in
Berlin, Connecticut.
Hartford area.
Is when.
Yeah, Berlin, Connecticut. That's right. Laurel,
Yeah.
Maryland, Berlin, Connecticut.
There comes the music. Now, notice he played that off the rail and then off of the back of that strike ball to hold his cue ball there for the, what ball is that? It's hard to tell with the colors.
Switch around here a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, so.
Players had a
now.
brief player meeting before they got underway here, and now everybody is in full swing. Round one, day one.
Now, is that the 7 down at this end? Looks like he's got a little bit of work here to draw the ball back between the 11 and 15. It's a little difficult to tell, but between the two stripes there to get over for his final solid into the corner pocket in the upper right.
We mentioned the
There we go.
combination
He went
of
a little too far there.
8-ball and 9-ball that they'll play. We should also mention this tournament played on 4.5 by 9 foot tables. This event is open to both APA and non-APA members. Of course, this event produced by the American Pool Players Association. Our coverage brought to you by our friends at pooldog.com.
Thank you, pooldog.com.
Absolutely. Love the free streams, Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Love the free streams.
I was appreciating the stream on the plane on the way here last night when I could get it. He played the carom off of the 8-ball, and he was hoping that he could. He's calling that in the corner, but he's going to have to jump that stripe a little bit. Can we change? He's got to either jump or masse slightly around it to make that. That was an excellent shot.
All right. Bruce is on the
shot,
board.
ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Richard, I'm going to let you play with the
Okay.
mothership here. And click right there.
Right here.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, at the bottom.
There.
Oops. Wrong one. Okay.
And then just hit enter.
Okay.
And you can close it out. Just like that. It's 1-1.
Okay.
Bruce Choyce. Jason Jones.
And Bruce up to bat, up to break here. In this, let's see the cue ball movement on his break. Oh, he broke the second ball break where Jason broke the head ball. So when you're breaking the second ball like Bruce just did, you're trying to pocket the 8-ball, but the issue with that for me is that if you happen to make the 8-ball, you win. But if you scratch also, you lose. So it could go either way there. So I prefer just a head-on break.
If you're just now picking up the feed, you're watching live coverage of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship from Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida, just across the bay from Tampa. This is Jason Jones at the table. Let's see what Jason had to say about himself. 35 years old, been playing pool his whole life, he said. Grew up with a 9-foot table in his basement. Said he'd stand on a milk crate
Mm-hmm.
to play.
I think a lot of the better players started really young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he remembered his dad doing a couple of things. One was driving a truck, and the other was shooting pool.
Yeah. It's interesting, too. Looks like he says he was on the 2010 Masters team. So
Yeah, they won, right?
I'm assuming he says
Yeah.
2010 Masters champion.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to give a shout out to his wife, Heather, and his buddy, Chris, and all his friends back in Alabama and Florida tuning in. Kind of the nice benefit of the stream. Some of the folks not able to make it down here to Tampa, able to catch some of the action back home.
Yeah, I'm not. There we go. Okay, Bruce is back up now.
Richard, we had an outstanding grand finale in the ladies event last night. Holy
Oh,
cow, nearly
wow.
4-hour
Hill.
Hill
Yeah.
slugfest. How you doing, Jason? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Lisa Cosette,
Yeah.
2018 women's
Both of those ladies are really strong.
champion. Yeah, Melinda Hong,
Mm-hmm.
the defending champ, came all the way back and made it a Hill race. Great performance, follow-up performance from her championship last year.
Yeah. So she gets another big trophy for her mantle. That
She's got a
Miss
few
Long.
of them.
Yeah.
She's got a few of them.
And is it was Lisa won before?
Lisa's first title. That was
Okay.
Lisa's. Now,
All
she
right.
has placed very high in the U.S.
Mhm.
Amateur, the women's U.S. Amateur, but never has won it. So
Yeah.
she said last night after the match it was kind of a relief for her because it was one that she really wanted.
Mhm.
Of course, you know, Richard, all these players, I mean, it's that title that they covet. That's
it
what brings
is.
them here.
Yeah, people ask how much money is in it. Well, you don't need money in this. You've got
Yeah.
this awesome competition here that comes from all over the U.S. and Canada, right?
Yeah.
And the camaraderie here is unbelievable. The players are here not for the money, but for the competition, the prestige of competing in this event. And if you win it, wow.
Now, there are a number of great benefits that you do win when you capture the U.S. Amateur Championship. To move on to a professional event the following year. I'm guessing the winner of this event will look to play in the U.S. Open next year that Matchroom will produce in Las Vegas for the first time ever.
Yeah, that's going to be really nice.
They'll return to defend their title next year. So
Now, Jason should have no trouble getting out from here because he just follows this up to a little bit past the center. Well, he came up a little short, I thought, there. Because his cue ball is going to naturally move down toward the two. Maybe he can stop it on the two from there. Or if he can cheat. Yeah, he cheated the pocket just a little bit to where he could hold the cue ball better for the 8 in the corner. If he'd have been a half a roll shorter, he would have had to stop it off the 2 ball. But he's out. That's. Mm-hmm.
Jason takes a 2-1 lead. Right in the corner there. There you go. Richard's getting acclimated to the control center back here. Lots of buttons to click on, right? You can
there
just
he is. Yeah.
click, click, click away.
It's different from my system.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just a matter of getting used to where
Yeah.
everything is.
Bruce checking the rack over.
Okay, Jason did a hit the head ball last time. Let's see if he does the same here. He did, and he came really close to scratching that time.
This is the 4th of 5 games of 8-ball that we'll see here before they transition over to the 9-ball format. Well, we could see up to 8 games. Again, this is a race to 7.
And since they started with 8-ball, you will move into 9-ball in order to get to the 7. But if you started with 9-ball, you could actually win a match without going into the 8-ball portion of it.
As a past participant, Richard, which format did you opt to start in when you had the option,
Um,
and why?
well, I choose 8-ball. If I win the leg, I choose the break because I want the
Sure, you
first
always take the break.
opportunity to control the table. But otherwise, I pick 8-ball.
And that seems to be kind of the pattern we've
It
seen
is.
again with most of these players.
Yeah.
And why is that, though?
Well, um, I, I, uh, well, I feel like I'm going to. I, the main reason really is I don't want to be in 8-ball toward the end of the match. If it turns out to be a long match, 8-ball can be really drawn out.
Gotcha.
And
Wears you down a little bit.
That's my main
Okay.
reason for doing that.
And it's, I mean, that's what we've seen. Very common is the winner of the lag takes the break, the loser picks the format, and they typically have started an 8-ball.
Yeah.
So just always curious the reason why people do certain things and choose certain things. I guess more rare is the person that wins the lag and decides on the format versus taking the break.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've seen much of that, but
And one time, believe it or not, somebody won the lag and told me that I could pick the game.
yeah.
And
And the break?
Yeah. So, okay.
Interesting.
Fine with me.
And did you win?
Yes.
There you go. Well,
Yeah. Now Bruce is going to be shooting over this ball, but he will make that. What is that? The third. Okay, he's got the 14 in the side. He overcut it. Looks like, yeah.
viewership continues to grow, so I'll remind you that you're seeing live coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship from here at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. This event brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. Our coverage sponsored by our friends at PoolDog.com.
That was a good shot, but I'm not sure what he has access to now. Maybe the 4-ball goes in the corner here. Yeah, there was room, and that was good that he ran into the other ball to just separate those a little. Makes them more playable. Watch the cue ball drag over here. See, he hit that really softly and really low to drag it over. He wanted that maximum bottom to take effect and drag over to make this 7. Is that what it is? In the corner next.
You have a whole new appreciation how we've struggled with ball color now, right?
Yeah,
It's very small.
If the screen was
Yeah.
a little bigger, it would be.
We mentioned before we're fairly removed from the table itself here in the back of Strokers.
Well, the good thing about that is we don't have to worry about the players hearing us.
Yeah, they don't have to listen to us go on and on about what we would do, right?
Right. And he's out from here. I suspect he will barely nick this 14 on the way in. Rail and 14, yeah. He's playing really well. He doesn't look like he's under the pressure that he really is. The first match of this tournament is difficult to play.
All right, so while we update the score, we'll also remind you folks, if you want to enter next year's U.S. Amateur Championship, you can get signed up today at usam.poolplayers.com. You
And
sign up.
This is the first time to be able to do it this early.
Yeah, well, last year,
we
we started last year, so it used to not open. The window didn't used to open until March. We started doing it with this year's event because a lot of eyeballs obviously on it, and
you
know, a lot of people just kind of want to get it out of the way, and
Yeah.
so they don't forget. We run into that a lot. A lot of folks, once the window closes, want to get in, and it's unfortunately by then it's too late. So
you sign up and you can go to one event. You get one chance to qualify for this
Right.
event, right? And that's what makes it so special. You don't have several attempts to make it to this final. You sign up for one, you go and you compete at a high level locally, regionally, sort of, because
Right.
you do have people coming in from all around the area. And if you qualify there, if you're one of the top players in that at that venue, then you come to this event.
Now, do you guys have a preliminary there in Huntsville?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of the tougher ones. A
Yep.
lot of
Bumpers Billiards.
a lot of familiar names come out of that one year after year,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Robert Hall is the 2001 U.S. Amateur
Yeah.
champion and owner of Bumpers Billiards
Right.
in Huntsville.
He's a regular here at the
Oh, yeah.
amateur championship.
Yeah, he's won multiple, been in the top 5
Yeah.
multiple times here.
A lot of great players there in Alabama.
Yeah.
Seeing Bruce Choyce at the table here. Bruce out of Mechanicsville, Maryland. Former champion himself. Trying to close the gap here.
He bumped that a little too hard. He wanted to bump it and have an easy shot into the corner after this, but it looks like from here he's going to have to bank that back to where his hand is.
Ronnie, both Robert Hall and David Rowell, I believe, are in this year's field, so you got both.
Yeah,
questions from the
David
stream.
Rowell is the 2000 U.S.
Yeah.
Amateur champion, and he's from Birmingham.
Yeah, and you can go to CompuSport.us if you want to see who's who in the tournament, when they play, who they play. Get that information pinned here for you folks.
That is such a great site to be able to keep up
Oh,
with the
yeah.
match times and who's playing, I mean, it's all right there. You don't have to, if he went a little far, so this is going to be, he's going to have to navigate between some balls here to make sure he has shape. See here, he bumped into he's okay. Yeah, he should make this no problem. Just keep your cue ball away from the pocket. It's going to naturally head toward this bottom right corner pocket. So he'll want to make sure that he either spins it away from that or doesn't hit it hard enough for it to reach that pocket. So he's going to spin it right a little bit to keep it away from there. See that?
Got it. We'll close out the 8-ball set with a 3-2 split in favor of Jason Jones. Bruce now trailing by just a game. I'll switch over to 9-ball here. Again, we do want to mention, if you go over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/APA Leagues, got bonus coverage over there. We've got 2 other matches ongoing. We've got Brian Irwin and George Jones on one table, and Chris Kilgo and Paul Andolini on the other table. So you're welcome to, hopefully you stay with Richard and I as we navigate you through this particular match, but we do have the other 2 matches ongoing. Would encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us here on Facebook. You'll continue to get notifications of which matches are coming up and can follow all the action from here at this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. Looks like the players are just about ready here. Bruce Choyce will have the break as we enter the 9-ball format. Potentially up to 8 games of 9-ball.
Yep. Now he'll be expecting that 5-ball to go in the right corner, and maybe the 1 into the left side on this shot. Let's see if that happens. Neither one of those occurred, so he'll remember that.
Yeah.
He'll see what just happened, and he'll make a little change next time to.
Dry break there for Bruce. I'll bring Jason back to the table.
He may just bring this back up the table, off of the ball, and back up the center of the table around the spot. Oh, he let it go too close to that pocket over there. He should really wanted to be more to the right. Oh, I'm sorry, more to his left to make the 3 in the side. Did you want to say something else there, Jay?
No, I was just looking over Jason's bio here, trying to figure out. It looks like he's played in the U.S. Amateur Championship before. Just trying to figure out, no mention of where he is placed. Looks like a pretty active APA member as well.
Yeah, he shoots a lot of pool.
Have you played? You played him?
Yeah, I have not played
No?
him, but I've been in tournaments uh, where he played.
All right, Bruce Choyce now at the table. See any problems for Bruce here?
Well, he's got to. This is going to be a little difficult to hold a cue ball. Yeah, he put a bunch of inside English, or from there it was right English to make it hit that rail and hold for him. But from here, I don't see any issue. He's got to get close to the rail over there to make sure that he has a shot on the 6 ball.
These guys look pretty in stroke this morning.
Yeah, they both are.
I know Bruce has been here for a couple days. I'm not sure about Jason, but a lot of the players coming in and get some practice on these tables, try to get used to the conditions.
Yeah, it's important to do that. Now he's got to be aware, be careful not to run into the back of that. He chose to go forward because if he had tried to draw that ball back, it would have come over and bumped the back of the 8 and possibly stayed behind it. So he would have preferred to draw it back, I think, but he had to go forward just to make sure he avoided staying behind that 8 ball.
Nice.
Touchy shot there. That's the kind of shot that you really have to overcut a lot, because when you hit it that soft, it grabs the object ball a lot and kind of carries it in the same direction the cue ball's moving. He won't have any issue with this, but he'd rather not be on the rail on this shot. It makes it a little bit more difficult, and you just don't want that on the 9 ball.
Bruce pockets the 9, ties this up at 3 games
3-3.
apiece. Remind you folks, if you're not already an APA member, now is the perfect time to become one. You can sign up today at poolplayers.com/join. We've got our spring session just around the corner, so I encourage you to go do that today. Get part of this great thing we call APA.
And not only do you have the benefit of competition, play camaraderie, and all with other players when you join the APA, don't you have a list of benefits?
Yeah,
things,
discounts and benefits. I used one of them when I came down here, and I rented a car. I've saved Hertz. I rented from Hertz, and as an APA member, I think I saved, I don't know, like $80-something, which is
nice.
Obviously more than my membership cost. So players are ready here. Bruce Choyce with the break.
All right, notice he was really close to the side before and side rail. And this time he moved over a little bit, but he didn't control the cue ball.
Looks like he scratched, unfortunately, so he got a ball there on the break, but he also pocketed the cue ball, so. I got to fix this ultimately, though. It's
Maybe. See, Graham bought us a new piece of gear. And if I can't get the new piece of gear to work, y'all.
That 3 is not easy to get on. That's why he missed the ball, because he was really having to move the cue ball around to get in position for that 3 ball. Okay, he's got the opportunity, so he's going to play the combination on the 9 ball. This is pretty easy. And one reason for doing that is because of the 3 and 7, maybe. The 3 was right up against another ball, and it made it tough to run out, so he figured go ahead and play that fairly easy combo. So Bruce Choyce has 4 now, and he'll be up to bat. And he scratched on the break last time, but okay, he moved back over to the right a little bit. Let's see if he pockets the. No, he hit way off to the right on that. I'm a little surprised. He hit way off to the right.
All right, so Bruce is taking the lead here.
Yeah.
Looking for this angle, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay.
Preview and
Okay.
main camera. Nice shot there.
Yeah, he has the 4 in the side, but I'm not sure if he has a decent angle. It looks like he does to move it forward. That was like what they call a stun run through sort of. He hits it just a little bit above center, and then it helps it almost stops and then goes forward. Careful here. I think he's going to end up nice, but that was if I was going to come into it that way, I would want to come into the rail first and then start heading back slightly toward the 4 ball, and for a couple of reasons. One is you end up going the last little part of travel of the cue ball is down the line that you want to be in, and the other thing is that you avoid the chance of going into the corner pocket with the cue ball a bit more. And with this, it'll hit the rail next to the 7 and then go to the end rail and then come around for the 8 into the same pocket. So I suspect he'll make all 3 of these balls into the same pocket.
If you're just tuning in, you're seeing live coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship. Open division beginning today. This is round 1, day 1. Oh, Jason. What happened there, Richard?
I was looking down and didn't catch it.
You always got a little bit of a delay on the.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's like a de facto instant replay of
Yeah,
sorts.
I know. I use that myself. Yeah, he decided to play safe on this, and he hit it a little bit soft, so he'll give Jason a piece of the ball here, and it looks like Jason will need to return the safety and probably hit his right side of this ball just a little bit, knocking it to the rail, and then bringing the cue ball back up to about right where it is, and he'll have 2 blockers, the 9 and 8, to hopefully block. So he should hit this really thin and bring the cue ball back down to about right where it is. And he's got the blocker. The 9 ball is a blocker here, hopefully. And but from seeing Bruce shoot a shot earlier similar to this, I suspect he'll make this ball. Even if he's hooked just a little bit by the 9 ball, he'll still make it. He's not going to have a shot on this. What he needs to do here is follow it up lightly, hit the 8 to the rail over there, and a lot of top on the cue ball. You don't hit this very hard. You just roll the cue ball up right behind the 9 ball, so it just rests on the back of the 9 ball. Unless he wants to try the combo, which is what it looks like he's trying here. Yeah, nice. And you notice the separation of the 8 and the cue ball. That was an important part of that shot, because if he misses that 9, he doesn't want to leave an easy shot for Jason.
Bruce takes a 5-3 lead in this race to 7. Needs just 2 games to secure his first victory. Mentioned our friends at Pool Dog. They've got some different offers for our viewers. If you go to pooldog.com/APA champs, you can check those offers out. As we move into the Christmas season, perfect place to pick up all your billiard accessories for all of your teammates and friends. Bruce with the break here.
Okay, he finally made that ball that I was talking about in the corner. So that's what break. That's what you do when you're breaking is you make minor changes until you pocket a ball, and then the next time he breaks, if he gets to break again, he'll be shooting from that exact same place with the exact same speed, exact same spin, because he knows he made a ball.
He jumped that ball and he pocketed it, but he scratched at the same time, so Bruce will have ball in hand. Looking through some of these other names, former champions: Brian Parks, Henry Broad, Ernesto Bayala, Kenny Brisbane. We mentioned David Rowell and Robert Hall, Bruce, obviously, and Jason Richco's the other. So
Mm-hmm.
between the two events, 11 former champions in total. It's a lot of marble and bronze trophies.
Yeah, it is. Looks like he's going to play safe here, but he's actually playing in this into the side pocket. He was a two-way shot. If he misses it, then he leaves Jason really tough, and if he makes it, he's got a shot on the four ball into the corner. A long shot, but a shot. There's a chance that Jason will pocket this in the side pocket. Um, I'm a little surprised he hit it with that speed. I would have hit it a little bit softer than that. And Bruce really has a smooth stroke, and a lot of times that's what it takes to have the consistency, gradual acceleration um, from the back of the stroke to the end of it, or through the ball anyway, through the cue ball. You come off the rail just a little bit. A lot of people will try to get right down there, straight in on the ball, but you don't want to be straight in because it's hard to move the cue ball. If you're straight in, you can only go forward or backwards. If you've got a little bit of angle on it, then you can go pretty much wherever you want. And he will not baby this ball here. See that
Oh,
medium speed.
wow.
That's surprising. People might think, well, he should have babied it, then he'd make it. But people don't baby that kind of shot because if you're a little off with the placement of your tip, then the cue ball goes wild.
All right, so Jason's going to take advantage there. Big mistake by Bruce.
Yeah.
Gives up a game. Jason will draw within one. If you're enjoying the coverage here, make sure you like our Facebook page so you get all the notifications of when new matches are on. Of course, a lot of other great content that we have here on the APA Facebook page with instruction and coverage from all of our events around the country. So make sure you give us a like, and we'll keep bringing you this great coverage sponsored by our friends at pooldog.com. Kind of a big turn of events there, Richard, right? I mean, it looked like Bruce was about to go on the hill 6-3.
Yeah.
Misses that 9-ball in the corner. Suddenly, Jason's got the break, and he's within a game. Pockets the one on the break.
That was really surprising. When I said he wouldn't baby the ball, I wasn't talking about he would slam it.
Right.
And he hit it a little harder than I thought that he should hit it.
Lots of friendly faces stopping by to say hello to Richard and I here.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, this event. There's a lot of camaraderie in this event.
Yeah.
You see a lot of the same people.
And that's what to me is so amazing about this event. That really illustrates that this event is about something different than most,
It's
right?
special.
You,
Yeah.
you know, again, you've got 8 champions, former champions in this particular event. They have nothing to prove. They've already won the
Right.
event, but yet here they are year after year
Mhm.
wanting to come back. It's like a homecoming for
Yeah.
them in a lot of ways because they just enjoy, like you said, the
The
camaraderie amongst
camaraderie,
these
high
guys.
level
These guys have
competition.
just a little different here, right?
Yeah.
The dress code, the sportsmanship, the playing for the title, just all different elements that you don't necessarily see in your run-of-the-mill tournaments. That and the high level of play, right? Everybody wants to test themselves. Most of these guys are the top players in their areas, right?
Yeah.
They want to get together and see who's the top player overall.
Yeah, and we get to play top players in our area a lot, and but you don't get to play top players from around the North America.
All right, Bruce will give the table back to Jason, who now has ball in hand, and it looks like he's going to take the combination right here, try to tie this game up or this match up.
And he'll probably pull the. No, he didn't.
Oh.
He didn't. I thought he would
Misses
pull
the combination.
Yeah, he did. He got a little lucky though, or fortunate that Bruce doesn't have a shot on this ball. But he does have a fairly easy 2-rail, really a 1-rail kick. He'll want to hit it.
I'll say this about these guys: they don't waste a lot of time.
No, they don't.
Coming off that 4-hour match last night, where all the ladies were so deliberate in their shots.
So deliberate.
These guys, and granted,
Yeah.
you're talking about
Yeah.
a final versus
was
a round one, but these guys just continue to
Yeah.
get up there and shoot, which we love, right? It's a little bit easier to.
I do, but I would like to see Bruce hit that softer and have he hit it there just trying to make something happen. Maybe hopefully something would fall in a pocket somewhere. And what I would have rather seen him do is to play a safe on it, and that would have been he kicks into it, it hits the ball, the 3 goes up to the other end of the table, and the cue ball stays down at this end. And it wasn't that difficult to do that, and I think he could have pulled that off, and he'd be at the table shooting right now instead of Jason. This is touchy because he had to hit it really soft to hold it. He hit it a little fatter than a little fuller than he meant to that time. And this is going to make it tough to, how do we switch screens again? Move that one to live. But then, there. Okay.
Preview in
Well,
Maine.
yeah, that was a good shot. Yeah. But there's not a way to just make it do like this.
You can, no. Yeah, you're talking about flip-flopping them a little bit now.
Toggle it too.
Sorry, we're talking tech talk back here behind the TriCaster, the system that runs.
All right.
Pockets the 8-ball.
Yep, he's
I think
got.
we're going to be tied up here momentarily.
Yeah, he had the speed down on that one. I prefer not to approach the shot that way because I'm going. He in this final few inches of the cue ball, he was going across the line that he wanted to end up on. I prefer to come around and come off of this left side rail there, and then the last few inches would be down the line that I want to be on. But if you have the speed down like Jason does or did then you can shoot it that way, and it'll be fine.
Good chance for us to remind you folks, we do have bonus coverage over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/APA Leagues. We got 2 other matches going on over there. If you want to check those out, you can just go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So again, you'll get the notifications of when different matches pop up. A lot of action still to be played here today at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. A lot of matches over the next couple days. So Just makes things a little bit easier when you can subscribe and don't have to worry about looking for stuff. It just kind of shows up, delivered right to you that way. Jason with the break.
If he can, he'll follow this up just a little bit to hold shape on the 2 ball. If that's the 2 ball, is that the? Yeah, that's the 2 ball next to it. But if he can't do that, then he may just draw the cue ball into it to try to. Oh, he can drew it around it. That ball took off. Now he's elevated over the other balls, and that makes it pretty tough to pocket this ball. Great shot. It's not getting any easier for him, though. He'll load this up with a lot of right-hand English probably, and he'll watch it when it hits the second rail over here. If he shoots it the way I think he's going to. Okay, he drew it. Ended up taking the cue ball basically to the same place I was talking about, but he drew it to the rail first. He still put the right English on it. Another way to do that would have been to put less bottom on it and allow it to hit the rail on the right and then the end rail and then come back down to where he's at now. He's making balls well, but he's not able to get the cue ball into a really good position to make it easier, make it easy for himself.
Jason will have another opportunity at the table here.
He'll probably hit this pretty hard. Yeah.
Just missed.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he got fortunate there because he was actually trying to pocket that ball and get shape on the 6, and he didn't do either, and then accidentally hooked Bruce. Looks like Bruce is 3-railing this ball, so he'll come in behind the back of this 5-ball, 4 ball, the next ball. And he didn't get quite as fortunate here, but it's still a difficult shot for Jason.
got quite a nice Friday morning audience, Richard. I think they like the soothing sounds of your southern accent.
I have a southern accent.
Almost.
I grew up in Canada, eh? No, not really.
400 folks tuning in.
Oh, he was trying to play safe. He wanted the ball the object ball to go by the 7 without hitting it, and then just lay the cue ball up onto the back of the 7, but touched it on the way and moved it out of the way. So how many? I wonder how many people are watching from work today.
I'm guessing there's a couple. I know there's a couple at my office I can see tuning in right now. So that's all right. As long as you get your work done, you can watch pool.
Yeah.
You know, the nice thing about these matches is they're going to be on YouTube after the fact. So I was talking to some of the players in the women's event last night, and they were real excited to be able to go back and kind of watch. And
yeah, that's always good.
You know, well, not just to kind of hear what we talked about, but to kind of analyze their game a little bit and see, you know, where they made mistakes and what they might be able to improve on. Film study, like in any sport, really.
Yeah, for years and years I did that. Just every time I played or practiced, I would film it or stream it.
Really?
And then I'd have a monitor over to the side, and if I missed a shot, I could look over at the monitor, which had about a 20, 30-second delay on it, and I could see, now did I pop my head up? Did I, you know, what happened there?
Right.
And so that's always good to be able to go back and analyze your play through video. I don't see any issues with him getting out from here. He'll be upset if he does not get out from here. He he went. His speed control is not there yet. I
Now, do you
don't know
think
if
that's a byproduct of this, just the new felt on the tables, trying to adjust to the speed there?
it probably is, and I don't know if he spent any time practicing, but that's we know how to play. The better players know how to play, but the important thing is to get on the table and learn the environment you're in. You've got
Right.
to make that your normal. So it doesn't matter if you're Effin Reyes or Shane Van Boning. When you go to another table or another event, another venue, you got to get on that table or in the environment and play and get used to the speed and the way the rails react and all, because that's what makes a difference in knowing where that cue ball is going to end up. Like I
The eight
said,
ball on the
Bruce's shot
side.
making is
Yeah.
great, but
Yeah, it
he's
is.
just not controlling the cue ball. Now that's two 9 balls.
Ouch.
Two 9 balls he's missed,
Yep.
but and
Yep, this match could look a lot different right now with
Yeah.
those two 9 balls. We'd be talking about a match that was over, but now Jason Jones is going to take a 6-5 lead here over Bruce Choyce.
But that might light the fire under Bruce too, and he might just not miss another shot after that.
Yep.
But it's probably very frustrating to him that he's not getting his shape, because I know he's got to be a good, really good shape player. 'Cause
Right.
You can't win the
Just to
US
get here.
Amateur.
Just to get here, yeah.
And he won in 2003, so you can't win this event unless you know how to control that cue ball.
Well, now he's going to have to hope for an opportunity just to get back to the table here. Jason
Right.
will have the break. And
Yeah, Jason could run the set out from here without ever giving Bruce another chance. And he does have the speed down. Jason does, but Bruce is still, just still figuring it out, I think. Okay, let's see if that 3 ball goes. It did not go in the corner. The 4 ball did go in the corner, and he has a shot on the 1 ball. Where is the 2? Is that down there at the bottom of the table? Yeah. So he'll just come around a little bit and probably play the 2 in the same pocket.
yeah,
He went a little far, maybe. Now he needs. I'm surprised he didn't spend a little bit more time on this shot, because I would think that he'd need to look. Yeah, he rushed that shot. I'm not sure why he did that, because he should have looked and made sure exactly where he wanted the cue ball for the next shot before getting down over that. And he really rushed that one. Yeah, on this shot here, he will probably be able to just drag the cue ball back to where it comes, but between the rail and the 3 ball, ends up around where the 5 is. Watch this draw. Boom. Okay. I'm surprised he missed that, but probably the reason he missed that is he was thinking about what I was telling you about where the cue ball was going, and you cannot do that when you pull the trigger. You've got to be thinking about the target, which is the ball he's making. Just
seen a few mistakes as we get a little later into this match. It seems like Bruce is going to try to change that up right here, though.
Yeah, but again, he's got an angle that's sending the cue ball away from where he needs to be. He's going to have to do something good to get back on this. Oh, wow. That was great. I don't know how he got between those 2 balls, because if he'd have touched either one of those balls, he wouldn't have a shot right now. And he's going to try to go around again the same way he just went.
Oh,
And
tried the same thing, but didn't get the ball to drop. Big opportunity now for, well,
yeah,
I don't know.
this shot here, I hit
Let's
on the
take a
right.
look here.
Yes, from this other angle is great.
There we go.
Hit the right side of it, leave the cue ball right next to the 9 and 6, Watch this. Oh, other view. It was a little short. It left him a shot. He can make this, I think, possibly in the side pocket too, and the cue ball will lead over for the 6. It'll go down to the end rail closest to us, the rail, and then back up around the side pocket for shape on 6. Just keep it away from the side pocket though. Don't scratch on this. Don't scratch on this.
Watch
Keep
out.
it away from the side pocket. That was the
Watch
danger
it.
the whole
Yep.
time was that ball. I mean that pocket. Still just a little long. He's just a little off on his
Yep.
speed. If he had his speed down, I think he doesn't have an issue with pocketing this ball. It's just where the cue ball is going after that is kind of tough.
Yeah, and that's what he was focused on there.
Yeah.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is that the last we see of Bruce in this match? What do you think?
I think it should be. That he's got to make sure he doesn't clip the 9 on the way through. With the 8 could touch the 9 and it won't go in then. So you just got to avoid that. Follow the cue ball to the end rail and back out.
Yeah. Well, Jason Jones now in the 9-ball.
Oh,
Bruce is going to go ahead and
yep.
concede the match. Nice show of sportsmanship there. Jason Jones will win this match 7-5. I think Bruce will probably be kind of reflecting on some missed opportunities there.
Yeah.
But, you know, the good thing, double elimination has a chance to rectify things. He'll have to
Yeah.
do it through the 1-loss bracket. Jason will advance.
Yeah.
Going to make some tweaks to our equipment here,
Yeah.
and we will be back with you here shortly. So, again, don't forget to like us here on Facebook, and we'll change Richard's name from Jeanette Lee to Richard Andrews here soon.
Hey, I'm the Black Widow today.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back here in just a few.